morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Hope this message finds you well. My name is Muadi. It's good to see everybody and be seen. I've been a little bit on the low these last couple of days because it was my birthday week, and I really just wanted to spend some time as much as possible to myself. And one of the things that I do on my birthday is I spend a lot of time in reflection and gratitude for the fact that I'm still here against all odds. Reflection of what my purpose is, what my calling is, and just, checking in with myself about how I'm doing in life and things that I might want to change, improve, adapt. And, one of the things that popped into my head as I was sort of reflecting these last couple of days is that this moment that we're experiencing together has been a really good opportunity for me to observe the gap between my beliefs and my behavior in times of crisis. The gap between what I believe, what I know, what I say I believe, and how I actually behave when I am taxed, when I am stressed, when I am fearful. A couple of years back, somebody gave me a card that said that people are like tea bags. We don't know their true flavor until they're in hot water. That's when the real flavor comes out. And right now, in this experience of collectively being in hot water, we're starting to get to know ourselves and see ourselves a little bit better. I have certain belief sets. I have certain core values around life, around prosperity and abundance and love and that type of thing, that area of work, of ideology. And during this pandemic, during this moment, there have been times when I've been relieved of stress, when I've been relieved of anxiety because I've been able to fall back into my meditation and my prayer, and that's really lifted me. And there have been times when I've been tested when I've lost my temper. There have been times when I've been tested when I felt despair. There have been times when I've been tested during this moment that we're experiencing together where I was fearful. And yes, because I meditate, because I pray and do a whole bunch of other things, I was able eventually to pull myself back. But in those moments, I felt disconnected from my work. I felt disconnected from spirit. And it took some time, some ups, some downs, some ins and outs to get back that feeling. And so it was a good reminder for me that even the most faithful among us, the most spiritual among us, those of us who are really working to come up higher in our lives, I do believe that life is a journey, as cliche as it is. I do believe that with every day we have an opportunity to grow and become better and become higher. With all of that knowing and belief, I still, because I'm a human being, feel anxiety. I still feel stress. I still feel, and I honor and acknowledge those emotions, and I don't judge myself for them. But I do find it an interesting sort of self-study to see the gap, to see what situations cause me to lean in my faith, what situations result in me sort of running away and losing my connection. And so in this time, just an invitation, something that popped into my head this morning on my run, and I've been thinking about these last couple of days. As you're going through this pandemic, as we're going through this moment where things are turned upside down, where things are not as they have always been, where there's so much uncertainty, I want to invite you to just take a moment to really reflect on what it is that you say you believe. Do you believe in a higher calling? Do you believe in a higher arc, the divine? Do you believe whatever it is that you believe in? What is the faith? What are the core values that guide you through your life? And just take a moment to reflect on how those values have served you during this moment that we are in, where there's still gaps, where it is that you have a belief about something, but you're still not able to really activate it. Because I think that within those gaps is an opportunity for learning. Within those gaps is an opportunity for more growth, not judgment, because we're not meant to be perfect. Knowing, that you're connected to a higher power or whatever your faith is, those things don't block us from pain or from sadness or from grief. Those things are going to touch us. They don't have to take us out. That's where the faith comes in. But they are going to touch you. They are going to touch me. And so our job, I think, or our opportunity, when we are touched by those emotions, when we're touched by those experiences, without judgment, when the opportunity presents itself, we sit back and we reflect. In that moment, when I felt afraid, did I lose my connection with the divine, with God, consciousness, whatever you believe in. If you believe, it's good. If you don't believe, that's good too. But in those moments where you're feeling stressed and you can see yourself maybe spiraling out of control, those are the times when we've lost our connection to source, whatever that source is for you. And it's an opportunity for us when we come out of that space of anxiety, when we come out of that space of stress and worry, it's an opportunity for us to look and observe those gaps. And then when we're out of that space, when things have gotten calm, when we've gotten back to our sense of equilibrium, that's where we put in our work. It's a new opportunity for growth. They're markers. It's a litmus test so that when things sort of equalize and when you get back to your state of calm, that gap that you see, that's the invitation for your work. So as I go forward now, having celebrated my birthday and I'm back on track and looking around and able to recognize where my gaps are, my work is now going to be to observe those gaps and ask myself, what can I learn from them? How can I continue to grow through them? And how can I bridge the divide? How can I bridge the gap between what I believe, what I know, and how I behave when I'm stressed or challenged? So it's not a message this morning, it's more of a question for you, an invitation for you. If you have a gap, or if you've observed a gap between what you believe and how you behave in times of crisis, that is the direction that you should be putting your attention. That's the direction for your work. That's the substance, that's the classroom. That gap is the classroom in which you are going to be able to discover and uncover more truths about yourself. So my invitation for you, fall into the gap, take a look at it, examine it, ask yourself some questions. If you need some leading questions to help you through, go ahead and give me a little comment below and we can have that conversation. But what is the gap between what you believe and how you behave in times of crisis? And what can you do to bridge that gap? That's your question. That's the question I'm going to be reflecting on these next couple of weeks probably. I'm going to be journaling about it. I'm going to be posting about it. I'm interested to hear your thoughts about it. So tell me what you think. That's it. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.